Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to this session. My name is Ryan. I work for Kingston at our London office. I'm the field application engineer and here to talk to you about our encrypted SSD product line and how it can be implemented and be beneficial for an enterprise or any organization. Yeah. Right. So just to give you a bit of recent report, this is the one we pulled out from the UK statistics. The usage of laptop or USB drives are very common these days. And we all know that because we've experienced that as well. But it can easily be lost or stolen or misplaced. So this type of devices that we handle contains data. And data nowadays, either personal or company data, they are all confidential. Yeah. And very important as well. So there should be a security in place to protect this data. So that's just a recent scenario that I'm trying to give you an example. And with this data that we handle on a day-to-day basis, if it gets in the wrong hands, then the consequences are high, either financial or the reputation or both. Yeah. And we all know that as well. Those are the figures that people doubt from recent reports. And it just shows you that we live in a very, very dangerous kind of place if we don't handle data correctly. So for laptop security, any data on a laptop device, it also applies to servers or desktop. But let's look closely on a laptop device as an example. Security features like the TCG Opal standard can be implemented, provided you have the right component that can support it. And the management and the implementation of it will be transparent and easy to manage. Yeah. So this helps organizations to keep data secure, and depending on the region and your local regulation, in Europe, for example, the GDPR compliant regulation, then this is the important things that needs to be applied to this kind of scenario. So TCG Opal, what it is, maybe you know this already or maybe you don't, but it's a standards organization that helps protect some secure data. Yeah? And Opal is the standard that's been implemented on this. So if you see this type of term, TCG Opal, that means it's something that you can be assured that the standards is high in terms of data protection and implementation. And the benefits of TCG Opal standard is it's hardware-based encryption. So on a hardware-based encryption, you get the high level of security, the performance is not affected, it's transparent, and it's low cost of ownership and easy to manage. And time saving as well, which is important for system administrators when they deploy this type of standards to their organization. So the benefits, hardware-based encryption, it's very high level of security. The whole device is encrypted, so there's no easy way to see the data, the contents of the data. The performance is, you don't get a performance hit. With software encryption, it can be corrupted, negated. It only takes a matter of time and the right device to brute force attack software encrypted or software encrypted type of device. It's open access. It's a lot of weakness, and it's also easy to inject a malware on it as well. So those are the weak points on software encryption. So with the TCG Opal standard, there's low cost of ownership. So TCO is very important. No need for complex infrastructure to manage it. Overhead is low. Time saving is there as well. The hardware encryption is always on. That's the requirement. No performance impact, as I said before, with compared to a software encrypted solution. Yeah. So the time savings, we're using our own product as an example. On unencrypted hardware, using a software type of solution, it takes hours to encrypt or decrypt per device. So if you have a dozen to a few hundred systems in your organization, your system admin will waste a lot of time in just deploying this type of solution. But if the hardware that you are using is TCG Opal compliant, it will only takes a few seconds per device to initialize and implement the security for each of the device. So it's pretty obvious. You save time, you get the security, and it's transparent to the end user once it's been implemented. Yeah. So how do you take advantage of this standard? So first and foremost is you need the right endpoint management solution that supports TCG Opal standard. And you're familiar with those software developers, WinMagic, McAfee, Sophos, Symantec. So once you use those, or maybe you're using them already in your enterprise, or you're planning to implement it, then we have a product that can tie up to this type of solution. So when you use this type of solution, you can easily manage the deployed SSD in our situation, in our scenario. You can manage it, you can remotely control it, you can implement Silver Bullet if it gets reported as stolen. It can be wiped out or securely erased remotely by your system admin. And those are the examples and the capabilities of using our secure SSD solutions when you tie it up with this software solutions. Yeah. So our SSD that are TCG Opal compliant is the UV500 series. It's got a built-in hardware encryption on the actual controller. We use a 3D NAND, the latest generation flash chip. The read and writes are 520 and 500 megabytes per second. So you get the fast performance. The form factor as well, very important. It comes with a 2.5 standard laptop size SSD, M.2 and M-SATA. So depending on your system, you have multiple choices of form factor. The capacities goes up to 1.92 terabyte, GDPR ready, TCG Opal compliant, and you get a 5-year warranty. Okay. So that's a product that we have for this standard, for the TCG Opal standard. And yeah, so as you all know, data at rest is very important, both personally and both for your company and your enterprise. If you want to know more about the products that we have, and we can also show you a demo on how it works with the actual endpoint solution. We have a demo set up on our booth, so you can come and also ask us questions. Okay? Thank you for your time.